Hello, my name is Marcus, and today we're going to be creating this. So let's start by animating the text. So I want to animate each individual letter, and to do this I'm going to use a script that I've made. So if I go up into File, Scripts, Recent Scripts, and use the Split Text into Layer script, it's going to automatically split them into separate layers for me. Now it's not perfect, as you can see it moved a lot of these layers to the side, so I'm just going to realign them here, just quickly daisy here. So you can get the script for free. If you go down into the newsletter link in the description, just click there, and once you subscribe you'll get a welcome mail that has access to the folder with scripts. Right now there's only one, but I'm gonna continue adding more scripts to this folder in the future. So I'm gonna animate all these letters at once. I'm just gonna click on them all, click on P and Shift R to bring up position and rotation. I'm going to keyframe that position and the Z rotation. And then I'm going to go all the way to the beginning here. And then I'm just going to move them all in Z space all the way by us. As you can see, they're just doing this nice, dramatic, cinematic drive-by. And we're going to rotate this bad boy like, what, 50 degrees or something? Maybe minus 50 to make it even more curvy-burby. So now we got them all whizzing by our face. And we can actually animate the easing of all of these at the same time. So I'm just going to press U to only bring up the animated properties. I'm going to click on all the positions here, just real quick. All the positions, go into graph. I'm just going to select all these keyframes and I'm just going to bring it all the way down and maximum influence and easing. And the exact same thing with the first one, but in the opposite direction. So we start really fast and it slowly reaches where it's supposed to go. And we can do the exact same thing for the rotation. Just click on all the rotations here, bam-a-lama ding dong, select all the keyframes and ease the crap out of them. Now we have this, so now we want to offset these in time a smidge. So I'm just going to select all these keyframes and I'm just going to go to the first one. I'm going to shift 10 frames into the future, so shift and page down, and it will just go 10 frames into the future. And I'm going to do the exact same thing for all the other keyframes. Like this. And wham, we have some nice smooth letter things going on. So select all these layers, Control Shift C to pre-compose, and we're going to call this bad boy text. I mean, let's be original, right? And now we have this entire comp here. Okay, so let's start by making these trails. So duplicate the text and we're going to call this top one trails. Bam. I'm just gonna solo this bad boy. So I'm gonna go into effects and presets and add a cool effect called Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Double click on that bad boy. So the cool thing about Vegas is that it actually creates small lines based on the contours of whatever you give it. So right now it's making 32 small lines all over the place. I don't really want that. And we want it to be on transparent, so we want only the lines. So I'm gonna say one line, please. I'm gonna set the color to something quite dark actually, because it's gonna add itself on top of itself many times with the next effect that we're adding. We're gonna set it to thickness 10 because we want it to be, prominent. And the end opacity is gonna be 1, so we have one continuous line all the way around. Something like this. So see, now we have this cute line thing going on. We're gonna add another effect called Echo. That's right. See, now we're gonna start getting some really cool stuff. So if we take this echo time very far down, like 0.05, and we start adding a ridiculous amount of echoes. Let's start with 60. You can see already now it's adding on top of itself. It's a little bit too dramatic, so we're gonna set it to screen first of all, and we're gonna take the decay down to comma 98, something like this, so we can get some nice gradients over time. We can actually even set the echo time slightly higher, like 10, so we get longer trails, and that's what we want. So this is per copy, so if we have more copies, the trail is going to be longer. So right now I'm just going to have it at, let's say, 100 but I'm gonna end at having it at 200 or something. So you can see we will get these really nice long trails, and that's exactly what we want. So now let's add a solid composite, because we want it to be completely black underneath, because this way we can tone remap this entire thing. And come on, let's face it, we want to tone remap this entire thing. And let's add a curves. Bam, 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 ding dong, double click on that bad boy. And last but not least, let's add a toner, CC toner. You guys know that I love this. Hopefully you do. Gonna set it to Pentone straight out of the gate. I'm gonna set it to some nice cyan. I mean, come on, let's just cyan this thing. Just give it some nice cyanness. See, already now we start to get some really nice colors. We can even make it more blue, more darker blue. So if you like these tutorials, I would greatly appreciate if you give them a like, since it helps with the YouTube algorithm, and it lets me know that these are type of tutorials you would actually appreciate. So it may be hard to see on your screen, but we can actually quite distinctively see the end of these trails, and we don't want that. So in the curves here, I'm just going to take the bottom thingamabob here, just squeeze it a little bit to the right, just so we can get rid of that one little edge. We can even add a little bit more interestingness to these trails by going into the text and adding an adjustment layer. So layer, new, adjustment layer. I'm just going to call this distort. And on this bad boy, we're going to add a turbulent displacement here. And with this, we're going to set it to, you can play around with the size, maybe set it to twist or something, so it's a little bit more interesting. Something like this, maybe less amount, and we can keyframe it a bit. So we want at the end, we want it to be 0 when it actually lands, and at the beginning you can take it all the way up to 40. This is going to create some more interesting, you know, curvy organic lines as it passes by the camera. Something like this. You can play around with this as much as you want, but I really like these curvy lines. Now we can start applying some sexy glow to the scene. So first of all, I'm going to add a new layer, solid, and call it background. Something like Dias, completely black, because that way we ensure that it blends more correctly. We can set the trails to screen so that it blends on top of our text. And let's add some glow. So layer, new, adjustment layer, and let's call it glow, for the lack of a better word. Let's add some glow effects to this bad boy. So first glow here, let's just take it down to say 30. And A and B colors, obviously. We want a little bit more oomph here. And let's set it to, you guessed it, some nice glowy cyan. Who doesn't like cyan? Something like this. We can even decrease it. I'm going to set it to screen because I don't want it to be that hefty. Something like this. And we can even change the color phase. Yes, there we go. So that the brightest glow is attaching to the brightest color. That's what we want. We can even decrease it a smidge. And we can duplicate this bad boy and just some more blue, darker blue, much larger radius, something like this. We can even boost it. And I'm just going to make the original text hollow or black, basically. So I'm going to add a fill effect, double click, and make it completely black. So we have this nice fillness thing going on here. So here at the end, you can play around with how you want the glow, these lines to be, but I actually keyframed these lines. So maybe from second 4, I keyframed the width of Vegas, just so we can control the edge of the line. I play around with the number of echoes, and that's pretty much it. So now I'm going to press U to bring up these keyframes I just made, and go all the way over to maybe 7, and set the width down to, let's say, 2. And the number of echoes to maybe 10. So we only get these nice little outlines. You can play around with this to your content. Maybe you still wanted to keep it at 4. We can even add a mild glow to the background. So let's go up into layer, new, solid. And we can call this background glow. Oh yeah. And let's give it some nice bluish, colorish color. Gonna take it all the way down above the background. I'm gonna double click on the sphere so it automatically creates the mask for me. I'm gonna feather the gradient out something fierce, and I'm gonna reduce the expansion so we only have like this nice little bloom. And we can even keyframe the opacity, so T. I'm gonna click on this bad boy, go over to the beginning, set it to 0 so it glows up over time. Now let's start adding some nice fake particles to this entire shindig. So I'm gonna duplicate these text trails and call this text trails particles. So we're gonna delete the Vegas effect from it. Bam, bam, ding dong. So now I'm gonna right click on this text layer and reveal layer source in project. So it's gonna show me the exact precomp that it's looking at. I'm gonna duplicate this bad boy and I'm gonna call this particles. Something like this. Now I'm gonna take this trails particles and I'm gonna hold Alt down while I drag this comp on top of it. So see, now if we look at the original names, it has literally replaced the previous text comp with the text particles comp. That's very useful. So let's go into this bad boy. So we want to make noise that is on each one of these layers. So let's start by adding a fill effect to the first one here. Let's set it to completely black. Bam. I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna paste it on all these layers. Bam. So that's the first part. Now we can't see anything, and that is intentional. So now I'm gonna add a noise to every single one of these layers. So I'm gonna add a new layer, and let's call it solid. Sure. Let's call it noise. Let's make it completely black. Bam, bam, ding dong, and add a fractal noise to it. And then I'm gonna go up into edit, copy with property links, and paste it on all these letters. There you go. So now I'm gonna hide the noise. So see, now we should be seeing a noise on each one of these letters, and that's juicy. So now let's start playing around with this. So contrast something ridiculous, something like 3000, and brightness quite low, actually very low, something like this. Take the scale down to like 10, so we only get like these nice small specks. And if we go back to our main comp here, you'll start to see what this does. So I'm gonna isolate this one layer here. So see, we have these nice weird streaky particles just following along. And we can actually reduce the brightness quite a bit because there's a lot of them right now. So let's just reduce the brightness quite a smidge until we only get like a few nice specks. And we can even animate these particles. So I'll click on offset turbulence. I'm gonna start a square bracket because this is an array. It has two values, x and y, so we need both values. So 0, comma, and then time times 100. So it's gonna take the y value and multiply it by 100 times the time. So you know it slowly just drips over time, as you can see here. Now we do the exact same thing on evolution, alt click, and time times 100. So we have some constant movement where they're just animating all the time. See, now if we go back into our main comp, you'll start to see some really sexy particles just streaming along with the text. And I mean, isn't that just gorgeous? You can see it almost look like raindrops. That's just kind of cool. And you can play around with this, you can play around with the chunkiness of the particles and all that stuff. Maybe you can even add some blur to them or whatever you want, so it adds a little bit more life to it. You can of course play around with adding glow to the text layer and stuff like that as well. This tutorial was primarily about making the trails, but you can play around with this as you wish, so that you end on whatever logo you actually want. So hopefully this gives you some ideas. If you want to receive a mail whenever there are new templates, advanced templates, tools, presets, courses, etc., then I would recommend joining the newsletter. You can find the link in the description. If you like these type of text and logo reveal tutorials, then I can recommend the playlist that is showing on the screen here on the left. Have a wonderful day with some cheese.